Hi, I'm David Gross with Sprite Wood, and we want to walk you through the first of 3 steps in setting up your new Epson SureColor F570 printer. And this step will focus on installing the ink. Ink comes in 140 milliliter bottles, CMYK, and they are essentially poured into the ink reservoir, and you'll be able to see the ink levels on the outside. Quite innovative. So let's go ahead and get started.
Let's do it.
Sprite, would you walk over here? So our ink reservoirs, you can see the windows right here, quite innovative. This unit opens up, and we want to show them just a little bit of what this looks like here as we get started. Sprite, I'll let you go ahead and open the ink bottles up. All right, this is quite innovative here. These are the closure mechanisms for opening up so we can load the inks. Interestingly enough, this part right here generally would stay in place, but if you're going to travel with the printer, you would pull this out, and these go over the vent holes. Since it's an ink reservoir, when you take ink out, air has to rush in or you create a vacuum. The magic of what Epson has done here is they've come up with an innovative design on their ink bottle that essentially allows you to easily pour the ink in, dump the ink in, without making a mess. In addition, these bottles also have a valve, so we'll open it. And what we're going to do is, without really spilling it, we're going to position the correct color over the correct one right here, and it will start the process to load ink. I can hear it as it's pouring in there. Now the bottle will stop as soon as the reservoir gets full. You can see the ink level coming up. After we go through the ink charge, then we will use the bottle and top it off, because what the ink charge does is it pulls ink from the reservoir through the tubes that go to the print head. The print head, of course, is moving back and forth, and so the tubes are relatively long. This is, of course, the newest member of the F-series family of printers that Epson has designed for sublimation printing only. Epson did a lot of great things with their, I guess we call it 3 generations of F-series printers, and finally came out with one, of course, that is the smallest one, 24 inches wide. So we are just about done.
So can you overfill it?
So the mechanism here prevents overfilling.
Great.
So it stopped, so I'm going to take it out, and you feel a little bit of ink left in there, so it's cool. And put it on here, and we're going to go to Magenta next. We'll do these in order.
So really, no spill, no mess.
No spill, and the ink reservoirs are keyed to the bottle. So the ink is really a great value money-wise, and I would caution everyone that not to run an ink in here that isn't made by Epson. These print heads are going to be tuned for this ink, and running a third-party ink that was not designed for these print heads is inherently bad. So I would caution you against doing that. And after all, the Epson ink is really a great value for sublimation printing. And we'll get ready for the next one.
And you can see the reservoir filling up as the ink
Yeah,
goes
super
in.
cool.
That is pretty neat.
So this really gives you a visual indication instead of the traditional electronic indication of how much ink is left. Interestingly enough is when you're topping off inks on a regular basis, you will go to the front panel of the printer and you will indicate to the printer that what the new ink level is, so that the printer indeed does know how much ink is in there. All right, I think we've done this one.
This is pretty neat. Normally, if you're familiar with the bulk refill system, it can be a pretty messy process, and you end up getting drops of ink everywhere. And so this seems pretty simple and really, you know, like I said, not very messy, which is fantastic. It doesn't seem like you're wasting very much ink. It's very streamlined.
Yeah, I have already removed the packing tape, and I also removed one of the packing straps that went straight down into there. So that's really the only thing I've done. So after we get this, we're going to turn on the printer, and the printer will ask us a few questions like what language, and we're not going to do Chinese as you suggested. My Chinese a little weak.
Learn a new language. I can say thank you.
I think my Japanese is kanji and hiragana and katakana is a little bit better. So.
Well, this is pretty simple. This is pretty standard. So yeah, basically we just took it out of the box. We took all the packing out from around it. We took all the tape out. I mean, it's very obvious what stays in and what goes.
Right.
And then we just put the ink in it.
One of the accessories that you can get with the printer is the stand. That is, if you don't have a big enough table or you just want the stand. The stand is actually useful for doing lots of roll printing, because the paper can go into the paper bin. So no squeezing necessary.
Just gravity does the work.
I think we are finished. And our last color is Cyan, and again, Epson has made it so that they are keyed, and you really can't screw it up.
And you can see here, you can see the colors filling up. That's fabulous. That's great. And it's got a small waste tank in the back here.
Why don't you go ahead and pull that out? So, sorry we're not showing you what it looks like behind here, but this is the waste ink tank, and ultimately, as the printer is charging, it will move enough ink to the point where it's actually putting some ink in here. And during normal operation with slight cleanings, things like that, you would deposit ink in here. When this is full, the printer will tell you, and you'll replace the unit. So this is a chip unit, so it does keep up with how much ink has been put in here, so ultimately it won't overflow. Yeah, the good news is it's not an electronic system. There's no chips, there's no cartridges. It's what I would call low tech, so that it's easy to manage. And you can hear it.
Just a chugging away. Yep.
So there's a little bit of ink left in here. After we're finished with the initial charge, we will go back and top off each color. Now, one of the things that the printer is going to ask us to do is, if we do add more ink, it's going to ask us, okay, what's the current level? And basically the levels are divided into about fourths. So it's again, very easy system to understand. And I believe we are full. Okay, and at this point in time, we're going to lower our levers. The caps on the reservoirs, and the vents are open. And we'll go to English. It is I think it's a 4.3-inch touchscreen LCD screen. And it's basically asking us, have we removed the protective parts that are here? And we have, but just for fun, I'm going to look one more time and just verify I don't see anything in here that looks like of a shipping packing material. I think that's just one of those wise engineering things. And we're going to do done. It does ask us to type in a date. Obviously this is not going to be one of the fun things of that, so I'm going to type in 19, and today is 10. I guess today is 15th, so somehow it knew the date.
That's pretty cool.
We'll go to 12 hour, and I think we're doing this video at 03:21. This stage, it's doing some of its preliminary booting, and then in just a minute I'll instruct the printer that we're ready to charge. So we've already filled it. Well, the printer has finally finished the ink loading. It took a little bit longer than I initially thought, probably actually about an hour. But we're back, and what we want to do now is top off the ink tanks with the remaining ink, and that means we'll have put a total of 140 milliliters into the printer. So on the display at this point in time, it's telling us to load paper. I really like this display. You like that?
I do too. I really like the touch
Makes
screen.
noises and easy to use and so forth. So we want to go ahead and open the tank. We should, as soon as we open the tank, we should get a message about, you know, making sure that we tell it we put ink into it. So open up, there's our message, and says when filling the ink, make sure not to squeeze the bottle. Let's see, so forth. Okay, we're going to proceed, and
refill the ink up to the upper line.
And we're going to go proceed.
So you got to refill it first.
And select the colors you have refilled. So let's go ahead and refill them. So we will open them. So if we look at the ink line, it looks like they've gone down half. And finish putting the rest of the ink in there.
I really appreciate the real-time ink levels. I think that's really neat.
Yeah, as opposed to a gauge on your car or something like that, that really is either a level or some sort of estimate. So it said not to squeeze, so I'm not going to squeeze. I think we're done here. I think the bottle is empty. And we're going to go to the magenta. It's so funny to hear a printer
Glug.
slurping its ink. I think we're done there. Not a drop. I'm very impressed. And we'll go to the yellow. We'll see how this is, the top off has affected our ink. I don't think it's affected it very well. We've gone up to about 3/4. So it moved up to the 3/4 line here. Okay.
So a quarter of the tank to refill the lines, a quarter of the bottle to fill the line is not that much.
Well, we've definitely put a total of 140 milliliters into the ink system, down to a half. So it looks like that it takes to do an init fill, which is traditionally what we call what happened here. Took 70 milliliters. So you know, that meant that there was about 35 milliliters left in each bottle to top them off. Looks like the magenta is slightly higher than the rest.
And do check for air bubbles in the container. So just flip it upside down.
Looks okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and so we're going to lower this and then walk over and tell it what we've done. So we're back over here. So we're going to choose the black, and we'll choose all 4 colors. And it's not up to the upper line, so no. And we're going to go So so we're going to go there. So we set it 3/4. So unique to have to do this, but obviously it's an easy thing to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is in this first video we've gone through the ink charge for the printer, set up video number 2, and that is loading paper. Thank you.
Bye guys.